What has you so happy?
My home internet just got upgraded and I didn't even have to pay for it.
What? Which network you have?
Flow. Now I can get the fastest fiber internet in St. Kitts and Nevis for the lowest price.
Fastest internet for the lowest price? What's the catch?
No catch, my friend. 300 megabits per second for just $135 a month. With Flow, you truly get the best internet experience around.
Switch to Flow for the fastest fiber internet at the lowest price. Visit a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
Give your little smartie the perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the child investment plan from TDC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want chip. I want chip too.
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the child investment plan, providing the best head start for every child.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
From the time that you taste it, man, you know that it's greatness. Some ice in your cup, tell your friends link up. You know that we liming. Signal the bartender. No, we don't need chaser, but if you want, it could mix with anything. We drinking Stones ginger wine, the original ginger wine. We drinking like I say, Stones ginger wine. Greatness is forever.
Okay, we got 14 minutes after 11. We do apologize for the late start to Voices. As it turns out, I am going to be sitting in for Socrates this morning, who couldn't make it this morning. He was on his way, but couldn't make it. So, okay, so we're gonna have a Voices that's gonna be open to any input we get from the phone or from the comments. So let's take a quick break once again, and then we'll come back.
What has you so happy?
My home internet just got upgraded and I didn't even have to pay for it.
What? Which network you have?
Flow. Now I can get the fastest fiber internet in St. Kitts and Nevis for the lowest price.
Fastest internet for the lowest price? What's the catch?
No catch, my friend. 300 megabits per second for just $135 a month. With Flow, you truly get the best internet experience around.
Switch to Flow for the fastest fiber internet at the lowest price. Visit a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. You want your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
TDC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Well, we are back with Voices. This is Jams. I'm sitting in for Socrates, who had an emergency and couldn't make it. So I'm going to open the phone lines, and listeners can call me on whatever topic it is that they might want to discuss. But I think on the weekend they had the preliminary round for the Soca Monarch competition. So they had this on Saturday actually. So we got the Groovy segment entries released, and they also, let me see, preliminary round. Okay, I guess so. You had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have 11 Groovy entries. And on the power side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 power entries. And these include everyone from T-Bone to Mr. World to Ras Kelly. You know, Ras Kelly is the reigning power soca king. So he is going to be defending. Well, I'm not even sure if, yes, he's going to be defending actually. He's going to be defending his power crown. You have people like Akayu Sweet and Tubap with Wicked. Brandon and Chanel from ASAP. You have Katie Dan from The Core, formerly of New Vibes. T-Bone of Upset Squad. Jazzbo, and yeah, Mr. World, of course, of Small Axe. So you have two people from Small Axe. So we're gonna be hearing more on this. I think the semifinals happens on November 22. So you'll be hearing more on that as it happens. So those of you who, if you want to give me a call, feel free to do so. Should point out once again that Damian Lawrence has been elected by the People's Labour Party to replace Aziwa Niles Jones. So, community activist and respected grassroots leader Damian Lawrence has been elected as the new chairman of the Central Bastia PLP branch, succeeding the beloved Aziwa Malyama Milk Niles Jones in a packed town hall meeting organized by the Central Bastia Group Organizing Committee. Lawrence's unopposed election drew widespread acclaim, marking a new era of leadership in the community following the tragic assassination of Niles Jones. So I wish Damien good luck with his new remit. And once again, you can give me a call at 662-0989, 466-0989, and any topic of choice, feel free to give me a call. You could even comment on the message board as well. Okay, let's see what else I can bring to your attention in the meantime. We have, let's see. Okay. Now we have a help talk. I should probably talk about this. This is being put on by the Pentecostal Church of God. They're having a health talk on the topic colon health. And this is happening tomorrow, Tuesday, at 6 p.m. But it's time for me to go to the phone lines. Call or go right ahead. Morning, Voices.
Good morning, good morning.
Oh, hey, good morning. I had to jump in for Socrates at the last minute, so...
Good morning, Socrates.
No, he's not here. I said I had to jump in for him at the last minute.
I know you said that he had an emergency, so... May I be praying for you? Let me see if I can turn on this radio. I want to turn on the radio. Now, they were saying, the Carnival Committee was asking the people who are entering to take a better look at the content of their song.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for some years now it's bend down, push back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I realize you're going back to Rum. Where the Rum be? Everything is rum. I mean, we are not ignorant of the effect of alcoholism now. Nowadays they put you in the psychiatric ward. Rum destroy people, young men, you know, it with my heart. There are rum jumbie, this rum, that rum. As if rum is water. I mean, where the rum be? Who sang that one?
Well, there's two songs. There's one by Jazzbo and Tubap, and there's one by Odyssey called Where the Rum Be.
Where the rum there? Huh? This is the men's month. We need something uplifting. Why they don't say where the ring be?
But I'm sure y'all saying that y'all was saying that back in the days when Sparrow was singing Drunk and Disorderly. And,
He was out of order.
huh?
Still out of order. He was talking about prostitution
No, nothing.
and the women and whatever. But I mean, we have.
But y'all weren't looking at it like that. I mean, I don't think y'all were being so reactionary back then.
Yeah, but these are playing out. He used to disguise what he's saying inside of a song. But where the rum be, rum. I want the rum, give me the rum. I mean, really. And then when they go on the street now, and they find out where the rum is, they're lying out in the drain. They have to go to hospital. I mean, really, where are we heading? They already take off all the clothes now. They take off all the women clothes. And then they're going to drunk the men and drunk the women. So people are not even conscious of what they're doing. And then we blame them. I mean, we need something better. I don't know what you think about it. By the way, what happened to Lucas in our singing?
That's what they said.
I didn't hear his name. I didn't hear you call his name.
Let me. I didn't call out all the names. I just kind of skimmed.
I mean, those in the semi-final.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see. I think Lucas he would always make it.
Huh?
He would always make it. Let me see.
But is his name on the list?
No, I don't see his.
Yeah, because
name.
I listen. I usually listen.
Maybe he's not competing. I don't
He's
know.
not an official now. He's an official now.
Maybe he didn't
So
compete.
all of you out there, and you young women, I mean, Saints must have something to look forward to. You know, it bothers me to see the way that we self-destruct. Young people, well, if the big one singing where they won't be, and every function we flashing it, and we selling it to children. Then we complain about what they're doing. All you want is a ganja to puff and a beer rum to wash it down. I mean, really? That's all I have to say. We have to do better than that. That's my point.
I agree. But I mean, what do you say about? I mean, the spirit of carnival and she's gone. I was gonna say my response would be, in the spirit of carnival. I mean, we can't be so literal with it and so so stiff that we that everything must be totally upright and everyone has to be perfectly upright and I don't know if that's really the thing. I mean, we gotta have some fun. I mean, singing about rum doesn't mean that you're necessarily gonna be overdoing the rum, right? You could be singing about it, but doesn't mean that you're not gonna be responsible. Voices, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I see Mrs. Henry's point. But at the same time, around this time, you have like kind of poetic license to do all kind of
Exactly. There's that too.
and
Yes.
wild thing.
Yes.
Okay. The problem I think is that, from my observation, it seems to be now not just relegated to carnival time, but it's a thing throughout the year, right? I guess in our efforts to develop a thriving entertainment industry, it's not a case now where you work hard all year, but you party in December or at music festival only, right? It's almost like you have a daily or certainly weekly calendar of events where pretty much the same thing goes, right? I think that is where the problem comes in. It becomes so synonymous with entertainment that it's expected to be almost like a staple at every event, You know, the behavior and the lyrics and whatever else is lewd at every event, right? And I think that is where the danger lies. Not so much in just December, when it's carnival, or when it's music festival. One would have to wonder exactly where the balance lies. You know, how far do we go with this? Because honestly, if we become known for just what happens in December art music festival, I am not so sure that is a flattering image of us, to be quite honest. Right? I know it might be controversial, but I know that yes, you have to make things attractive. You have to go with what young people view as art and talent and so on. But at some point, you got to strike a balance. And I think for it seems to be going a bit over the edge. If it becomes a year-round, all year, all times of the year kind of event.
Yeah.
Otherwise than that, I mean, because you see, what would there be to look forward to if this thing becomes so, if you become numb to these things, and you know, it's not a big deal anymore. There's nothing to look forward in December for something different. You know, so I don't know. I don't know how you pull it back now, but it's something to think about. You know, as to exactly direction.
But I mean, what do we gain from being so, I mean, fastidious about people having fun, where every little thing is an issue? I mean, you can't sing about rum now. I mean, that's a problem, and it's all it's all in good fun. I mean, and like I said before,
if it becomes so pervasive, it's no longer all in good fun. It becomes routine and almost like a habit. And habits can be bad, eh?
But are we assuming that just because people sing about rum, we're assuming that they're necessarily irresponsible with liquor?
Do you think but answer the question back at you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think around that time of the year, people are generally responsible with liquor? Again, it's about around that time of the year, you have a license to be drunk, you have a license to be following in the street, you have a license to lose behavior because of that particular time. And I personally don't mind it. I wouldn't participate in it, but I don't mind it if for the better part of the year you are serious and responsible and take to heart all the health things that are thrown at us over the airwaves, all the particular days that commemorate or advocate for responsibility and all those things, right? In whatever area it is, okay? If we take those seriously, okay, then I think we're entitled to that one month of just throwing caution to the wind, okay? Sometimes we get repercussions from that in January, and you know, maybe in September too. But if that's why I guess what I'm looking for is a balance, right? That you know, you do have an increase in alcohol consumption and so on around that time. Ask the beer factory, right? You do have more irresponsible behavior around that time, okay? And so you can't just ignore it and say that things like lyrics and so on don't matter. You know, I still remember, for instance, the rum song that they had before. You know,
the Small X one.
Or it was Drink As Much As You Like.
I think he got road match or something. Yeah.
I don't think it got road match that
but
year.
It was
People were
close,
saying that
right?
It should have, but I don't
Yeah.
think it got it that year. No, I don't think it did. But it was really popular.
Yeah.
Right, and some people were saying that it should have. So you can't ignore things like lyrics, to be quite honest. I know it's always controversial, but
I understand, but I mean, in the spirit of carnival, I think we could go overboard with the school mamishness, you know.
Yeah. I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's carnival, around carnival time, you so caution to the wind and thing. If it is matched by the non-carnival times being more responsible.
I mean,
right? I don't think everybody makes that break. To be quite
we didn't need Jawa and Easy or Jazzbo and Tubap and Small Except to have people gonna drink rum regardless. Carnival, they might drink a little more, but that doesn't mean.
But that doesn't mean that you should necessarily go do it to encourage it, right?
So you're saying that the songs encourage it?
So you're telling me that the songs and lyrics of songs don't encourage particular behavior? Yeah, that's what you're telling me?
I mean, it makes for
some it doesn't matter.
It makes for nice.
Some people are naturally disciplined and can switch off that part of their brain and behavior, just like that. But then some fall victim to it as well. You know, everybody to the same thing.
I mean, listen. I think as long as we understand that carnival is a time for a lot of sweet nothings and just
what do you call them? Sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings and playful nonsense. But
those sweet nothings and playful nonsense have consequences, Jamster.
I agree.
It's not like they're totally harmless.
I agree, but then why? I mean, why? What is? Okay.
Balance.
I asked Miss Henry. About what you guys used to do about. I mean, Sparrow and all these guys Sparrow and everybody used to be singing a lot of. Maybe I wouldn't say questionable, but there used to be a lot of colorful topics.
It used to come over more as innuendo, and
drunken. There's nothing indirect about drunk and disorderly.
And other misogynistic things that Sparrow thing. I mean, you take the thing for all his calypsos with female names and them, whether it's Patsy or. A whole list of them, real misogynistic, right, and really degrading women, okay? But there was always, even he realized, I don't know, if you think of some of his songs,
you
like,
mean Sparrow? Element?
Yeah, Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
He was always, the one that he sang when he talked about, now and then you must, what you say, cuss them down or something like that. And they love you long and they love you strong.
Yeah.
Break up, bust up the eye and bruise up the knee, etc. That they love you, right. And even when he'd sing that song at the last verse, he said, then they'd leave you. Instead of love you eternally, he said, leave you eternally. So even then, he realized what he was doing. Okay? and again, it was a question of balance, because there was always the societal norms and the religious, whatever it is, that would give you some kind of conscience to realize that, boy, he just sang a calypso, he ain't really mean it. He ain't really, he's not really going to, even though he was popular, and they were popular songs, it's not going to have the impact that the ones now, I think, would have. I guess even though they may sing songs like that, a lot of us would enjoy them, enjoy the music, laugh at the lyrics, but not practice them. I don't think the same is true now. I think the lyrics have more impact on people now.
You think?
I think so. I think so. I think people were more responsible back in them days and less likely to act out what the lyrics said.
So it's almost...
You took them with a grain of salt. No, I'm not for sure. You tell me. Well, what you seriously? What you think? You don't think sometimes you go overboard? No.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
the same as back in those days.
Yeah, we go overboard. I agree.
Yeah.
We do, but why?
And the fact is, the balance, the counterweight, isn't as strong as before. I mean, less people pay attention to religion and morality and those things.
Good
right?
point.
Those days they did, right? Not that they didn't. Not that there were angels or saints. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I think people were more circumspect back then, and the consequences of going against the grain of society was were bigger back then. Now it's more a case of, well, individual rights and responsibilities. I do what I like, and who are you to tell me what to do or how I should do it?
Let me ask you, would you say that our society has become more individualistic? Or
I think so. Well, okay. Generally, yes. But at the same time, some things are very fashionable. Okay? I think we're more inclined to peer pressure now, strangely enough, than back then. We had it back then too, but the outrageous things that we do as a result of peer pressure pales in comparison to what we do now. You know? Yes, people want to be, well, back then they called it hip, right? Now, I don't know what they call it now. What's the term?
I guess, I can't even think of which one to use. I can't even think of it.
Well, basically, with the prevailing fashion standards, whatever, okay?
I guess
sure
brat would be the most recent one.
Okay.
If you want to be brat,
Right.
you know. Yeah.
Oh, imagine that. You want to be brat. Brat?
Yeah, that's a
back in the day,
that's
if
a
you
stupid.
say you want to be brat,
Yeah.
you get a straight talking now right away.
That was a
Okay?
stupid
And
one
now,
that came
now
up.
you're telling me that is fashionable. That's
Boy.
you know. But you know, I don't know. Maybe things change. You can't, and that's one sure thing that's gonna happen. I was telling somebody, but I was glad I was born when I did, because the kind of outrageous stuff that I'm seeing and hearing now, you know, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better. I don't know what it bodes for the future. You know, maybe the pendulum might swing back when it goes too far. But to me, it seems as if, generally speaking, over the years, you go for more and more outrageous as to less and less. It's just like the carnival costumes, right? What, you're now resorting to painting stuff on as opposed to wearing anything?
You know, I never thought I would have seen that happening in St. Kitts. I thought that would have been too. I thought that would have been too far. But I'm really surprised at how. I never thought I would see that in St. Kitts in 50 years, because of how conservative we've been for so long.
Exactly.
And I think it's probably been 5 years or more now since that started happening.
Right, and so you wonder what it would be 5 years from now.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, what because it always seems to be about pushing the envelope, and you have to wonder at what point it becomes excessive. And you know, strangely enough, this is related to the politics. You know, well, certainly in the States, where people say, "No, man, enough of this," right? Because a large part of this thing, that thing there, was this woke agenda. People decide, this ain't the America that I used to know, and I don't think we should be going that far, and so they pull back. You know, I strongly suspect that's part of why a reactionary person like Donald Trump got elected. There's a nostalgia for how things used to be, right? And that slogan, "Make America Great Again," was the ideal one to suggest that, listen, we're pulling back, we're going back to how things were in particular cases, and he rode that wave, you know.
But make no mistake, that's rooted in racism, huh?
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the elephant in the room. Racism and misogyny.
Mm-hmm.
Those are nobody will come openly and talk about it, but
Well, the amount
of course.
I could tell you the amount of. In fact, I was reading. I've not even finished reading it. I was reading one this morning here. Another think piece which went into it. It says why Black Americans feel they have no allies after Trump's win, and I mean it basically outlines all these things I was talking about last week, and all these other commentaries I've been seeing by Americans talking about the same things, you know. And
Well, I mean, the thing about race is that it's in your face, eh? It's something that you can't really hide, in the sense that the statistics show that there's racism. It's very easy to distinguish between whites and non-whites. Even those like the Latinos, who may want to pass themselves off as white, some may. Okay.
well, some of them.
Even those.
Remember the original Latinos are white, eh? A lot of them. I mean, like that guy Menendez, the senator. He's white, but he's Latin.
Well,
His descendants are from Spain. I mean, his family, you know. So some of them are white, some of them are black, some of them are
a lot
Native
of
American
as well.
Yes,
I mean,
of course, yeah, of course.
And so.
Which is what people associate with being Latino, when really and truly, if you want to know, a Latino looks no different than somebody from England. The original, you see, so funny it is, and it's all because of there's a kind of sketchy knowledge or ignorance on the part of people on what's going on there demographically, in terms of what we call a Latino and all of that, and how Latinos came about. It's no different than the Anglo-Saxons happening to claim 2/3 of North America, and the Spanish happening to claim the other third, and then the rest of the Americas. So.
Well, between I don't think the same can be said of Brazil, but
no, they're Latinos as well.
Chile and
Yeah,
Argentina.
Portuguese. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I think we should have anticipated some kind of pushback from white people.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this though.
Yeah,
we
weren't expecting it like this.
They've confirmed all of my worst fears and suspicions now.
Well, the thing is, it was a double whammy. It was both the race factor and the
gender factor
thing came in as well. So one might argue that she didn't have a chance. Really and truly, even though we might have been hoping that she would break that glass ceiling. Really and truly, she just didn't have a chance.
Do you know what someone said last week? And I could imagine it because having lived among them, I know that's how they are. I mean, I remember doing my internship and I've learned to take everything they say with a grain of salt. This Charlemagne was saying that I know that today, Wednesday, this would have been last week after a lot of people are going to be in their offices. And he was referring to females because he was commenting on the fact that it turns out that more white women voted for him this time than last time. Can you imagine?
Well,
but wait, let me finish. So he said a lot of people are in their offices now and they're all crying up a storm, crying crocodile tears basically about I can't believe he won, and they voted for him.
The saving grace, though, is that even though it may seem like a resounding mandate for him, in that he has all three branches of government, the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary with him, he actually got just about the same number of votes as he did last time.
Yeah,
even though he got the popular vote, a lot of what happened is that the vote that Democrats would normally get, they either stayed home or some small percentage.
Yes, there's a lot. There's a significant.
Voted for him.
They said a lot of people didn't vote.
Right.
I wonder why that is.
A lot of Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
The people for Trump came out again,
mm-hmm.
right? But Democrats they turned off people, and I suspect they turned off people. A lot of people were turned off by this so-called woke agenda.
Yeah.
Right? That and the immigration,
mm-hmm.
right? They just handed those two things to the Republicans.
Yeah.
They had no right, really, to let the border thing get as bad as it did. When they could have done it, they didn't have to do it with no Republican help. They said that Trump stopped it. They wanted to be bipartisan, but they didn't have to be. They could have just stopped it straight off, right? And while I agree that underlying all that is racism, that gave people a reason to vote for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it might have been the reason at the back of the head. They want to keep America majority white.
Yeah.
But it became, as one guy put it, fashionable to have those kinds of ideas again and vote Trump.
Okay, I got 2 minutes until 12, so I'm gonna squeeze in a break, and then we have the headline news. You can join me again on the other side.
Yeah,
okay, great. Yeah. Okay, so let's go take a break, and then we have headline news next.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
From the time that you taste it, man, you know that it's greatness. Some ice in your cup, tell your friends link up. You know that we liming. Signal the bartender. No, we don't need chaser. But if you want, it could make services forever.
What has you so happy?
My home internet just got upgraded and I didn't even have to pay for it.
What? Which network you have?
Flow. Now I can get the fastest fiber internet in St. Kitts and Nevis for the lowest price.
Fastest internet for the lowest price? What's the catch?
No catch, my friend. 300 megabits per second for just $135 a month. With Flow, you truly get the best internet experience around.
Switch to Flow for the fastest fiber internet at the lowest price. Visit a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
Give your little smartie the perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the child investment plan from TDC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want chip. I want chip too.
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the child investment plan, providing the best head start for every child.
Chip, chip, chip. We wanna get chip, chip, chip.
Found the sound 98.9. FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Carib Brewery.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming.
When life throws surprises your way, Now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip. With Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure insure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
With the Win FM headline news, I am Yolanda Weeks. Locally, Dame Marcella Liebert leads a somber remembrance service in honor of the fallen servicemen of the Great Wars. Mia Romney makes history as the first visually impaired person to attend the mainstream school system in St. Kitts and Nevis. The details and more straight ahead. Mia Romney, a beautiful visually impaired 15-year-old female, was enlisted in the 2024-2025 Most Remarkable Teens cohort. What makes Mia remarkable? She explained it in an audiovisual presentation at the 2024-2025 Most Remarkable Teens Awards ceremony on November 6.
I am Mia Romney. I am 15 years old, and I attend the Washington Archibald High School. I am nominated for the Overcoming Disabilities and Academics. I am the first visually impaired person to enter into the normal school setting, so I think that's why, given the fact that I'm very smart, I'm always in the top class, I'm always getting good grades, and all the obstacles that I have overcome, I've been on the principal's list twice in a row. I think that's why they nominated me for these categories. Honestly, my mommy is the one who keeps me motivated because she's always encouraging me. I would be like, no, I don't want to go to school today. And she would be like, you have to go, you have to learn, you have to get an education. And I'd be like, okay, I'll go. I'm smart, I'm multi-talented, my memory is sharp and on point. Just ask mommy. I see myself as a lawyer. I'll be majoring in law, but I'll be also doing a minor in science because I want to be a chemist. And I'll also do music on the side because I am a musician. I can play piano, flute. I could do the djembe drums. And I'll also do a baking business part-time because I love to bake. I actually have a business. It's called Mia's Touch.
Senator Iseline Phillip, Minister responsible for youth empowerment, aging and disabilities, spoke fondly of Mia before presenting her the Most Remarkable Teen Award. Phillip was particularly pleased by Mia's drive and passion and hailed her as a trailblazer.
Madam Speaker, it's with great honor and excitement that I am the one to award Mia this evening. I'll tell you, I remember the first time I met Mia, actually. Her mom introduced her to me, and at that point in time, Mia was very unafraid to let me know who she is and what she enjoys doing. Just like you saw, the level of enthusiasm in the video is just who she is in everyday life. And I was very impressed by that because it was clear that this is a very, very intelligent young lady. And obviously the accomplishments that Mia has is, it is very extraordinary and it's remarkable, but she's not just those things. She is, in fact, a trailblazer. And, as she said in the video, she is, in fact, the first visually impaired person to be going through mainstream education here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And that is truly, truly, truly remarkable. And as I said, being the first of anything makes you a very significant trailblazer. And Mia has a great deal of character and trait and strength and resilience, and her mother truly, truly, truly is the kind of support that we want to continue to encourage because it particularly is quite infectious in terms of people also similarly wanting to advocate for Mia.
Mia has set a benchmark in the Federation for the differently abled community with all that she has achieved thus far. Philip encouraged her to remain determined and also emphasized the importance of continued advocacy and support for the differently abled.
I believe and I want to encourage Mia to stay determined and to continue to be unafraid to take up space and to speak up for herself, because that is the reason that she is where she is. That's the reason why the system and just our institutions have been forced to bend to make sure that we can accommodate Mia to be able to tap into her full potential. The world must bend. Not that our persons with disabilities should be hiding their brilliance. And so it's because of persons like Mia who have the enthusiasm, who have the courage, who have the supportive networks to continue to advocate for them and take up all the space, which is why we must ensure we celebrate and honor and award her.
The 25 Most Remarkable Teens Awards is a marquee event on the calendar of events for Youth Month, celebrated annually in November in St. Kitts and Nevis. It is usually convened during a special sitting of the National Assembly. Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dame Marcella Liburd, led dignitaries in laying wreaths at the cenotaph in Fort Lands Bastère on Sunday, November 10, paying tribute to the brave countrymen who sacrificed their lives in World Wars I and II. The National Day of Remembrance for the victims of the Great Wars is observed annually in November with an annual interdenominational religious service and military parade at the cenotaph. The service commenced with a 2-minute silence in honor of the sacrifices of the fallen soldiers. The beginning and ending of the 2 minutes of silence was signaled by gunfire. The names of 20 men from the presidency of St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla who fought so gallantly in World War I, 1914 to 1918, are inscribed in the cenotaph and were called by name.
Joseph Cephas, James Daniel, Arthur Dickinson, Donald Edwards, MC, H.D. Edwards, DSO, John Foreman, Edmund Gordon, H. Herbert Jones, James L.E.R. Lake, Joseph Lewis, Joseph McCoy, Edward Mills, Hubert Mitchell, Donald Patrice, Edward Hope Ross, Horace Vera, Williams C. Watley, Richard White, Robert Woolward, Ivor Wakefield.
The names of the 6 men from the presidency who died serving in World War II from 1939 to 1945 are also inscribed in the cenotaph and were announced.
J.E. Alves, DFM, Peter Berkeley, Sidney Delisle, A.E. Ferrara, G.G.H. Ferrara, DFC, DFM, Basil Vera, DFC. We also make special mention of Samuel Nathan, Secretary of the Ex-Servicemen's Legion on St. Kitts, who recently passed away. We applaud his work in the group over the years and pray for his family during this time.
The official time, which commemorates the historic signing of the World War I armistice, is the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Millions of people worldwide wear a poppy to show respect for the soldiers. The poppies symbolize the flower that sprung up out of the freshly dug graves of the dead soldiers in Flanders Fields in Belgium.
Regionally, police in Antigua charged 26-year-old Alexta Francis Saturday with murder in the stabbing death last week of a controversial member of parliament in his seaside home. In a statement, Police Commissioner Atlee Rodney commended investigators for their diligence and professionalism in handling the matter, but said that the police had no plans to disclose the motive, but would instead allow it to be revealed in court. Michael, 54, was found dead on Tuesday in his home when a housekeeper reported to work and discovered his body with multiple stab wounds. It was the first time such a crime has been committed against a parliamentarian in the Twin Island state. A transitionary council created to re-establish democratic order in Haiti signed a decree Sunday firing interim Prime Minister Gary Coney and replacing him with Alex Didier Fils Amé, a businessman who was previously considered for the job. The decree, set to be published on Monday, was provided to the Associated Press by a government source. It marks even more turmoil in an already rocky democratic transition process for Haiti, which hasn't held democratic elections in years, in a large part due to the soaring levels of gang violence plaguing the Caribbean nation. Fils Amé is the former president of Haiti's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and in 2015 ran an unsuccessful campaign for Senate. The businessman studied at Boston University and was previously considered for the position as a private sector candidate for the post before Coney took the seat. Coney, a longtime civil servant who has worked with the United Nations, served as Prime Minister for only 6 months. Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown was among world leaders who arrived in Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, on Monday for a global climate summit. Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell is also expected to arrive there this week. The latest COP meeting comes as the United States, the country responsible for pumping the most greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, is expected to soon drop out of the fight against climate change. The climate talks are the first significant United Nations gathering since Donald Trump won last week's American presidential election, and foreign diplomats are looking for any signals about how Trump might approach multilateral negotiations. After his victory, American priorities are expected to quickly shift. The United States is expected to renege on its commitment to reducing greenhouse gases at precisely the amount that scientists say nations must sharply and rapidly cut the heat-trapping pollution to avoid the worst consequences of an overheated planet. This is Newsbreak from the Carib Update News Service. In more news, an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 6.8 shook eastern Cuba on Sunday after weeks of hurricanes and blackouts that have left many on the island reeling. The epicenter of the quake was located about 25 miles or 40 kilometers south of Bartolomé Mazo, Cuba, according to a report by the U.S. Geological Survey. Rumbling was felt across the eastern stretch of Cuba, including in bigger cities like Santiago de Cuba, as well as Holiguan and Guantanamo Bay. Local media in Jamaica also reported that the island felt the tremors. There were no immediate reports of major damage or injuries in Cuba. Cuban authorities say they have arrested a number of people for disorderly behavior after protests over blackouts that stretched for days broke out in recent weeks. Cuba's Attorney General's office said it started criminal proceedings against people in Cuba's capital, Havana, the province of Mayabeque, and the city of Ciego de Avila for assault, disorderly behavior, and damages, imprisoning them in what it said was a precautionary measure. The statement didn't provide details about how many people were detained or the conditions in which they were arrested, saying only that aggression towards authorities resulted in injuries. This has been another edition of Newsbreak from the Carib Update News Service, the Caribbean's newsroom. I am Wendy Chateau reporting. Internationally,
the latest COP climate conference is just getting underway in Baku in Azerbaijan. Well, the annual meeting brings countries together to try and find ways to reduce the threat of global warming. Well, this year it comes as scientists say 2024 is set to be the hottest on record. Well, let's show you the latest pictures from Baku, where more than 100 world leaders and heads of states are expected to converge over the coming weeks. Our climate editor Justin Rowlett sent us this report from there.
COP29 is definitely the most important event of this year.
This climate conference is the most significant international meeting Azerbaijan has ever hosted, and the country has not skimped on the preparations. But some things you can't control.
My plan will terminate the Green New Deal, which I call the Green New Scam.
greatest scam in history, probably.
Like when the biggest economy in the world elects a climate skeptic. Last night, workers were putting the finishing touches to the conference venue. Mr. Trump has said he'll pull out of the key part of the UN climate talks. The US has sent a delegation here, but any promises they make are likely to be overturned when Trump takes office in January. And top of the agenda this year is the trickiest topic of all. They are calling this the money COP because the focus is on finance. Negotiators want to agree a new goal for how much money richer countries should be paying to poorer countries to move away from fossil fuels and also adapt their countries to climate change. At the moment, it's $100 billion a year. The hope is it will be hundreds of billions of dollars a year. Developing countries would like it to be more than $1 trillion.
I can give you some of the statistics related.
Activists involved in the talks say they don't think the summit will be derailed.
It takes collective response. If we're going to be able to hold warming to below 1.5, it will take the whole world to come together. The biggest geopolitical challenge the world faces is climate change. If we don't tackle it, we don't have a planet.
Raising $1 trillion a year was always going to be a tall order, but with the US set to pull out of the game, it will be even harder. And that could have an impact on climate action for years to come, because the less money raised, the less likely countries are to dial up their carbon-cutting ambitions. Justin Rolat, BBC News, Baku.
Well, to get more on that, I'm joined now by Pierre-Jean Claus, the EU Climate Pact Ambassador. Welcome to BBC News. What hopes do you have for this year's COP Summit?
So, good morning, Virginie. The main hopes that we have is to have meaningful solutions as much as we can to pursue the goals that were enacted COP28 and beforehand. Mainly on, we have a lot regarding adaptation, transparency, and also regarding the financial mechanisms to help all countries fight climate change, which is a global problem, and global nature means global solutions.
There is some concern this year about the future of the US when it comes to climate conversations, given that Donald Trump is president-elect and he's made statements that some might say veer on climate skeptic.
There's one thing that I think is very paramount to understand as well here, is that I think that given the election of President Trump, we are going to face a bit of all throughout the world, the rise of regional blocs. We can see that the European Union is looking to become a more climate engaged actor, but by itself, and not following necessarily the lead of the US. And I think that it's going to be the same for other regional blocs all around the world, whether you take MENA, South America, or Asia. I think that this is going to be a crucial thing, and you can see through the rise of different regional groups at COP. You know, as I do, that regional groups are very important at COP, and that the negotiations are mainly done through these instead of back alley negotiations. And I do think that this is paramount here. We are going to have something, COPs, we don't need them to be polarized. And the thing is that the very important goal, the essence of COPs, is negotiations, dialogue, and structured thoughts and exchanges. And in this case, it's the most important thing. We want to have meaningful outcomes, and to have this, what we need is to have dialogue all throughout.
And you talk about dialogue. One of the challenges in these summits is ensuring that developing nations who are at the front lines of climate change not only have a voice at these meetings, but also are given financial support to actually be climate proof, but also for loss and damage. And that's sometimes a challenge, because I've spoken to people in some of these South Asian countries, for example, who don't believe that they're getting enough support.
Definitely. The thing is that I do not think they are. There is a really critical need for all countries to actually participate in that. And the thing is that the richest countries, they have a responsibility to actively participate in helping developing countries with the funds and loss and damages funds. Sorry. And I think that on this regard, it's very important that we actually go forward on this and that we have ambitious measures at this COP. We saw that at COP16 for biodiversity in Colombia, it has not been the success that everyone thought it would be. And in this case, I think that Baku is the very opportunity to path a way forward to Belém and COP30 in Brazil, and to make sure that everything is set out for meaningful measures and not just for the show.
OK, well, we'll find out in the course of the coming days. Thank you very much, Pierre-Jean Clauze, EU Climate Pact Ambassador.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz says he's open to an earlier-than-planned confidence vote that could trigger elections if he loses. He made the comments in his first interview since the collapse of his three-party coalition. The alliance broke up on Wednesday after Scholz fired his finance minister due to divisions over the budget. He's now running a minority government together with the Green Party and had announced plans to hold a vote of confidence in the new year. But the opposition and some within his own party have demanded a quicker timeline, pushing for the vote to happen earlier. Now, here's what Scholz had to say in that interview.
I don't see a problem in having a vote of confidence before Christmas. If that is what everybody wants, I'm fine with it if that is seen as the best option, because I also want it to happen fast. I want a new mandate through a strong vote in favour of the SPD.
DW's chief political editor, Michaela Kufner, is with me in the studio. Good to see you, Michaela. How significant are those words, given how far we've come in the 5 days since this crisis erupted?
They're very significant because they send a signal that, yes, it might still be possible that there might be a major shift before January the 15th. That was the initial deadline by which he wanted to ask for a vote of confidence in the German parliament. But he's somewhat passing the buck here as well. He does protest a bit too much, that it's not because of any kind of conditionality that he might have demanded, that a couple of laws should still get through Parliament with the help of the now opposition Conservatives before he actually goes for this vote of confidence. Right. He now passes this on to the leader of his own party and the opposition leader, Friedrich Merz, who's his key contender in upcoming elections. So it'll be very interesting to see whether these negotiations produce some kind of breakthrough that could potentially see the Chancellor ask for that vote of confidence as soon as this week.
Right. Now, it is widely expected that Scholz will lose that vote of confidence in Parliament, whether in December or January, and then there will have to be new elections. Now, we have the latest opinion poll on who Germans would vote for at this moment. Now, according to it, Michaela, the opposition Conservative CDU-CSU comes in at 32%, followed by the far-right AfD with 19%. Scholz's party, the Social Democrats, are only in third place with 15%. Now, we are talking about a very experienced, clearly, politician here in Olaf Scholz, but what chances does he have of leading the next government?
Well, it doesn't look like he has a real chance of leading the next government, particularly also another valid poll that his popularity ratings are very low, particularly of the government that he led, but also his personal ratings are very low, historically low here in Germany. But his argument is, and he told us this again today, that he's been there before. Nobody believed that he would pull forward to become the top contender in the last elections, and he then went on to actually forge and form a government. So he says he can still do this again. I very much doubt it, but then again, I've just been in the United States where nobody, again, believed really that Donald Trump could have such a resounding victory. So let's see what the voters say on election day. And the key point, of course, now is how soon will we see election day?
Yeah, now 5 days is a long time in politics. Stick with me. I want to play another clip from that interview with Scholz. In this one, he speaks about the re-election of Donald Trump in the US.
I am never naive, but always unabashed. I have experienced so many changes of government during my time in office as Chancellor alone, as well as in the time before that. And my principle is always, if I may use these words, you dance with those who are in the room. That also applies to the US President-elect. In any case, I will do my best to ensure that relations between the US and Europe are good, as well as between the US and Germany. We have done that for many decades, regardless of the people involved, and this should continue to be the case for decades to come.
Olaf Scholz there. Michaela, aside from the timing, does the change of government in the United States, where you've just been, have any bearing or significance with the change of government that's underway here in Germany?
Well, timing-wise, clearly they are not linked, but it will have a huge impact on where any new government can go next. I just want to throw a couple of recent quotes at you from Donald Trump. He said, the Germans, they ate our lunch. He says they owe us money. They think we are stupid. And Olaf Scholz also, again in this interview, praised Joe Biden as a very good president. So clearly the German government, if it's led by Olaf Scholz, as it is right now, is seen as biased against Donald Trump, who will very likely, very soon, tell his partners what he expects in exchange for NATO protection. We've also learned from J.D. Vance, the new vice president, that anyone who interferes with the interests of Elon Musk, who leads X, could actually see less protection through NATO, through the United States. So there are some clear political threats on the table, and this will be a very, very difficult time for Germany to navigate. So Germany, the German government fell apart over not being able to forge a budget. If they had done, they would have had to review it in the light of the Trump presidency #2 anyway.
Wow, what an incredible time we have coming up. DW Chief Political Editor Michaela Kuffner, thank you.
That was the 1FM Headline News. The Headline News is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Caribou.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming.
When life throws surprises your way, now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip. With Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organisation on St Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
And it's time for the second half of Voices. It's 12:35, and the second half is brought to you by Hosfords. We get a word from Hosfords and come back.
Fat days are just around the corner this December, but why wait? Come now to Hosfords. Get pre-approved credit today for the biggest fat days on December 13th and 21st. That's right. Visit Hosfords Building and Neva Centers, Furniture and Appliances, Ashley Furniture Home Store, and even Hosfords Auto Sales to get pre-approved credit for all your VAT Day dreams. Want a brand new living room set? Need a brand new stove? Or maybe you're eyeing a shiny new car? Get in now to lock in pre-approved on our lowest interest rates ever on brand new vehicles. Just make your way to any Hosfords location, create your VAT Day wish list, and we'll handle the credit check. Then come back in December and get everything you picked out with your pre-approved credit. Hosfords is here to make VAT Days easy and exciting. Pre-approved credit now for VAT Days in December. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Hosfords today for all the details.
Ready to bring fresh color and style into your home? It's the Color and Style Savings Event at Hosfords Building and Neva Centers. Right now, get 25% off all paints and tiles store-wide. Transform any room with vibrant paints or refresh your floors with stunning tiles. And with 25% off, there's no better time to give your space that beautiful upgrade. So head to Hosfords Building and Neva Centers and make your dream look a reality with 25% off all paints and tiles for a limited time only. Hurry in and paint, tile, and save today at Hosfords. Terms and conditions apply.
And we're back on Voices. It's 12:38. It's the second half, brought to you by Hosfords, and you just got a word from them. So we will continue the discourse. All you got to do is call me at 662-0989, 466-0989, and we can get into it. All right. Yes. So just looking at the Win FM channel here on WhatsApp. You guys need to go check that out. It says it's a story here from last week. Nevis Premier optimistic about economic growth ahead of new budget. So, you can go read that if you wanna check that out. Lots of great news. You guys need to go on Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook. What am I saying? WhatsApp, and look for Win Media SKN. It's our channel there on WhatsApp, where we put a lot of stories up there that you may be interested in. So do yourself a favor and go check that out. Now, we got let's see. We got a financial and knowledge matters, shopping the economy through financial literacy. This is the essay topic that our esteemed Dr. Terence Martin, the host of Money Matters, is putting on. So he wants to give a prize to someone who can write an essay on the topic: how does financial literacy influence economic growth and stability? And the deadline for submissions is November 24. And the winner's announcement will be made on December 10. So once again, it's Financial Knowledge Matters, and this is Dr. Terence Martin. This is presented Shaping the Economy Through Financial Literacy, and this is presented and sponsored by Dr. Terence Martin. So like I said, it's an essay on the topic: how does financial literacy influence economic growth and stability? The judging criteria include relevance, argument structure. These are the things that the essay will be judged on. Originality, research, and grammar. So you can submit your essay to terrencemartin at me.com. So terrence.martin. Terrence.martin at me.com. And for questions, you can call 940-224-5027. You know, of course, you have to add a 1 at the beginning, right? As a prefix. So for questions, you can ask 940-224-5027. The prizes are as follows: $1,000 for the winner, $500 for second place, and $250 for third place. Should try and get this on Community Diary. So submit your essay and win big in the Financial Knowledge Matters contest. All right? Share and encourage to participate. So if anyone is interested in this, just ding me and I can send this to you. It's a essay sponsored by Dr. Terence Martin. Okay. So once again, I wanna see you. Okay, well, I guess I don't have to do that anymore. Someone is calling. Voices, you're on air.
Yeah, Jamster, it's me.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, all right. Greetings in Jesus' name, the only Savior of his elect sinners, to save them from their sin and from hell. Now, I tried calling your normal number, and it is telling me this number is temporarily out of order.
When was this?
So maybe you just know. That's why I had to call this overseas line.
That my number is temporary out of order?
That's what he's saying about the normal number we have to use to call in.
Oh, you're talking about the Win FM number.
Yes, yeah, the Win FM number. But, yeah, as I say, you're in the sense of
which
Win
one?
FM.
Oh, which one did you call? 466?
The normal one, 466.
Yeah, but
0989.
Yeah, but cell phones are normal now too, so you have to be careful with your language. Cell phones will be considered normal now, right? I mean, take for example.
Okay.
I will always talk about this because I always thought that was very progressive thinking. I remember during Team Unity, they decided that they were going to elevate the internet to the level of basic, indispensable utility. Those are my words. Just the way electricity and water and those things are indispensable. They decided to elevate the internet and cable to that level the thinking was that this is something that those are services you can't allow, that you have to make sure that they're available to everyone, which is why the government decided not to sell the cable. So I thought I would mention that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your number. So maybe you need to check it because it's saying it's temporary out of service. But Jam, let me continue something else quickly. Since I'm kind of on the overseas line, let me say this. Last time I spoke with Socrates, somebody had asked, "What proof do I have that Jesus Christ existed?" And I really was coming to the end of the program, so I really didn't think it up much, but. What I would like to say is that the proof and the only evidence that we have that Jesus Christ existed, that could only really serve as evidence, is the Bible itself. Because by the Holy Spirit of God, it was written by men who told of their experiences with Jesus and others who were close to those who spoke of their experience with Jesus. And so therefore, the Bible is a divine historical account. And therefore, 100% reliable. So the Bible itself is the evidence and the proof that Jesus Christ existed. And nothing else could be such but the Bible alone. Also, I would like to say is that Christmas that is coming up is very important, and the reason why Christians celebrate Christmas is to celebrate the fact that he was born and why he came. And the reason why he came is that to save his elect, his chosen sinners from their sins and from hell.
But he never said anything. But he never said anything about celebrating his birth, though.
Well, he never said it directly. Well,
but don't you think?
He never commanded it.
Right, but.
He never commanded it.
Yeah, but
the Bible
is
his word.
But I mean, we don't follow his word at the best of times. So I just think it's just an excuse for festivity.
Well.
Because he did say, in reference to his death, "Keep doing this in remembrance of me." He never said anything about. In fact, we're not even sure what day he was. We know what day he died, but we don't know what day he was born on.
Well, you see, the thing is, Jamster. The thing is that based upon the word of Jesus Christ, we have him saying, because the whole word is his word. We have Jesus Christ saying in the Bible, telling us in the Bible that the shepherds celebrated his birth, the angels celebrated his birth, and the Magi, the wise men who came from the east, celebrated his birth and the reason why he was born. So therefore, we see, based upon Jesus Christ, Bible, his word, that celebrating his birth is perfectly in order once you're doing it properly and correctly. Because these different categories of people, to the glory of God, did celebrate his birth in their own way of doing so. So I have no issue with celebrating the birth of Christ. Yes, we do not know when he was born, but like I said, Christmas is more about the fact that he was born, which is God becoming man, while also remaining God.
God didn't become man. God's Son became man. Why do you guys conflict God and Jesus?
John 1 verse 1. Yeah. Hold on. John 1 verse 1 says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." And verse 14 said that, "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us." So in John chapter 1, it tells us that the Word, who is Jesus Christ, who became flesh and dwelt among us, was God. So all who don't believe that Jesus Christ was God have that and many other scriptures to explain. So yes, Jesus Christ
Well, how does that
who
make
was
sense?
God, is
When,
God.
when, how does that make sense? How do you allow yourself to be killed and come back to life? How does that work?
Because remember he said he laid down his life. So even though he laid down his life, his spirit was still existing in the spiritual world in paradise, where he told
But
him,
then
I'm going to take you there with me.
I seem to recall a scripture. I seem to recall a story where it said that, let me see, when John the Baptist baptized them, right? It said, this is my son, where he said from the heavens. That doesn't make sense if it's one person. Why would you say, this is my son in whom I am well pleased? That makes no sense.
No, because you have the Trinity. You have the Trinity.
What Trinity? Where's the Trinity in the Bible? The Bible doesn't. But the Bible doesn't say anything about any Trinity. And
the Bible does not use the word Trinity, but the teachings and the concept of the Trinity are all taught in the Bible. What the Trinity is taught in the Bible, even though the word itself is not there. So come on, Trevor. Come on, Jamster. You don't have to have the word itself to be there for the scripture to teach the concepts of it.
It's not so much about the word, but it's about people just doing as they like with the Bible and interpreting it how they like, and interpreting it for their own gain.
Okay, let me repeat John 1 verse 1 again, because apparently you didn't get it. John 1 verse 1 says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And in verse 40 tell us, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. So John 1 verse 1 tell us, you had God the Father, and you had God the Son, because it said the Word was with God. So we see here that one God, yet two persons sharing that nature of one God. And we are told that the Son, who was the Word, became flesh and dwelt among us. So there in that passage you have the teaching of both the Father and the Son, who is the Word, being God. You know? No, let me tell you something. If you have a God that you could fully explain, that is not the God of the Bible. Because we are finite human beings. God is infinite and our creator, and he's going to tell us and reveal things about himself that we can't understand. But the question is, do we accept it? Because these things are clearly taught in the Word, in the Bible. So whether we understand them, yes or not, we know these concepts are clearly taught in the Bible. And the question is, are we going to accept them, or are we going to reject them because our finite mind cannot understand them? Well, I'm going to accept them, because I know I'm finite and I cannot understand anything about God. And if I were able to explain and understand everything about God, that would not be the God of the Bible. So I have to accept that there are things in the Bible that I'm not going to understand, but because the Bible is clear in teaching these things, I have to accept them as a true child of God. And I'm going to try to explain them away by using inaccurate explanations and wrong explanations to suit my understanding, because there are many things in the Bible that are beyond our understanding, but we ought to accept them because they are clearly taught in the Bible, including the Trinity. So I would not be comfortable having a God that I can fully explain.
But also, there was a caller calling. Caller, you can call back. But it's funny. You always talk about being true to the Bible, but there are all these things you practice which have nothing to do with the Bible. Like Christmas has nothing to do with the Bible.
Again, like I told you, in the Bible, Jesus tells us, because the whole Bible is the word of Jesus. And in the Bible, it tells us the shepherds celebrated the birth of Christ, the angels celebrated the birth of Christ, and the Magi, the wise men from the east, celebrated the birth of Christ. So we true Christians celebrating the birth of Christ, we are in good company. we are in good company. Because if it was wrong to celebrate the birth of Christ, then it would have been wrong for these people to celebrate the birth of Christ. But they celebrated it, so we are in good company who celebrate the birth of Christ as well.
Okay, Gregory.
And yes, we
Gregory,
do not know the exact day.
Let me take this call and you can call me back. Caller, go right ahead.
Hi, Jamster. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's up?
I myself also, I'm in the southeastern side of the island, and I made an attempt to call in via the local number, the 466 number.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm
and it is
listening.
recording the same thing.
Oh,
It is recording the same thing that Greg said.
oh, really? Okay. Yeah, you're the third person now, so.
I don't know why, I don't know why the system might be fragile. We got a little rain. I don't know what might have affected the fragility of the cable.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, Greg.
So what did the
Greg,
message? What did the message say exactly?
This number, the number that you dialed, is temporary out of service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's no longer in service. Yeah.
No longer in service?
Something of that nature.
Okay.
That's paraphrase.
Okay.
Greg's scope of trying to establish 1, 2, or 3 persons of a Godhead or a Trinity is very minuscule. That in the beginning, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. It has a deeper esoteric meaning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It does not mean it's restricted to Jesus being born. It means the birth of the whole cosmos, including humanity, but along with what the cosmos entails. All of what we see was the Word that made flesh, a manifestation from the spoken word of the Most High, or who he will call the Father, came into manifestation, including humanity, but not restricted to one human being, which is Jesus. All of us came to be like Jesus, or like Buddha, or like others who came on a little pathway to enlighten the pathway of humanity, but not restricted. Are we supposed to be exempt the trees and the bees and the animals? That is a part of God's creation. That is minuscule. So he needs to relook that passage, and I know he's going to call back in, but it's not a back and forth. It's just, like he said, we are on our journey. He understands. But they also have an understanding and an overstanding. So understand is at a level where you make 1 step. Overstand is where you might have made 3 steps. And understand is where all things emanate from, because everything is within the soul. But does an individual soul bring manifestation to everything at a stage of a baby? No. It might be at a stage of a toddler, or a state of a young teen, and as you get older, you overstand and you understand from your stage of understanding. So Greg, please, as much as you mean well, please we take a look of it and see that the Word that made flesh is everything you see around you, including your human friends, brothers, family members, but also including the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the rivers, the mountains, the seas, everything, Greg. So please don't call back in as if we're going to have a back and forth, but it's just enlightening your pathway on your minuscule stage in life of understanding and giving you a better overstanding and understanding of the Bible or the Holy Books, be it the Quran or the Torah or the Bible. Thanks for listening, Jamster.
Okay, great. Okay, so Greg, we don't want the back and forth. All right, so I think this might be a good time to take a break, so we'll do that. It's 12:59.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA specials for October 31st through November 13th. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. IGA or Essential Everyday Microwave Popcorn, just $7.99. Multi-meal cereals, just $17.99. Essential Everyday Dry Roasted Peanuts, $12.99. Essential Everyday Cranberry Juice Cocktails, just $8.99 each. Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheese, $7.99. Blue Bunny Ice Cream, just $22.99. And now, our very low weekly value deals. IGA or Essential Everyday Salad Dressings, $10.99 each. Duncan Hines Cake Mixes, $6.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Newless Pasta is just $5.99. Ensure, $8.99. Colgate Toothpaste, $7.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
It's a very merry triple cashback grab and win at Horchford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store. Thousands of dollars in cashback coupons are up for grabs this triple cashback season. That's right. Every higher purchase customer gets triple cashback on every FlexPay purchase and a chance to grab thousands of dollars in free groceries with our triple cashback grab and win promotion. Imagine this. Free groceries for a whole year or a stylish 4-piece living room set.
And that's not all.
Every higher purchase customer gets their shot at winning big. Yes, thousands of dollars in cashback coupons for free groceries are up for grabs. It's all happening now at Horchford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Stores. Triple cashback grab and win. Great deals, great prices, and amazing furniture and appliances. At Horchford's, where your holiday dreams come true. See store for details.
And I am back on Voices. Once again, letting the listeners know that Socrates had a little emergency, so he couldn't make it. So we are here. Okay, so I told you guys about the Sokomanak preliminary rounds, which just held on the weekend. So I'm gonna go and watch that this afternoon. As we count down the time to Carnival and all that. Also, we heard talk about Antigua Barbuda having double salary and all that. I'm assuming, I'm not sure if I'm correct. Someone can tell me. If this is the first time this might be happening for Antigua Barbuda, so yeah. Let me go back to the phone lines. Voices, go right ahead.
Yes, Jamster?
Mm-hmm.
It's me again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, I know you say you don't want any back and forth, okay? But could I say this? In John 1 verse 1, it tells us the word was in the beginning, and the word was God. So therefore, from eternity, the word was already there in the beginning. The word did not came from the beginning, who was Jesus. It existed in eternity. So when the beginning began, the word was already there. Who is Jesus Christ? who he says God. And therefore, no other person, no other human person is in that concept of the word other than Jesus Christ, who came from heaven and became a man on earth, but at the same time still remaining God. So the caller was wrong. But like I also said, when I'm talking to other people like Jehovah's Witnesses who don't believe that Jesus Christ is God, well, on the internet, really, I post this question. Matthew chapter 28 says, baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So we see the three of them having one name. And how could Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit have the same name as the Father if they are not God as well, like the Father? Because in Isaiah, the Bible says, God will not share his glory with another, and his name is his glory. So if God will not share his glory with another, and yet the Son and the Holy Spirit have the same name as the Father, then only one logical conclusion is reachable, and that is the Son, the Spirit, and the Father, they are all God, so one God, shared fully and completely in three persons. There is no other way to answer that question, logically speaking, and rationally speaking, in a biblical context. Now, secondly, Jamster, let me ask you a question. We're going to politics. You were mentioning Clinton, and so you were mentioning Trump and Harris, and people voted for Harris because the people are racist. Okay. When Trump first ran, he got 8% of the black vote. The second Trump ran, he got 12% of the black vote. Now, this time, he got 20% of the black vote, I am made to understand. So, my question is,
no. Actually, it's funny. It's funny. When you started, I was actually reading something here about that. It says, listen to this, 6 million fewer people voted in 24 versus 20. Turnout was down across the board. So while Trump got the same percentage of the black male vote as 2020, the total number of black men who voted for him actually decreased. So he got 20% of 6 million, which is 19% of 6.4 million. So among black voters, there was no change in black men, as 4% of voters nationwide were black men this year and in 2020. However, there was a slight decrease in black women, with 7% in 2024 compared with 8% in 2020. So,
yeah,
all the talk about.
Well, from what I have read, I've read he got 20-something percent of the black male vote, and which was up from, I forget too much percent of the male black vote in the last time. Plus, the black female number increased and it reached up to 9%. Okay, and apparently when they think it all out, it came 20% of black voters in general. That is what I have read. That is what I've made to understand. Okay? I'm just saying what I've read. But what I'm saying is that, not only that, a lot of people who voted for Barack Obama twice voted for Trump. So all of that is racism? No, not only that. Are you telling me people did not vote against or did not vote for Harris based on issues? Because remember, people not only voted for Trump, they also voted for third parties, especially for Jill Stein. A lot of Democrats voted for Jill Stein, including the Muslims, who is normally heavily pro-Democrat. So are you telling me all who did not vote for Kamala Harris, including all who voted for third parties and not just Trump alone, is it because of racism? Come on. That's why Bernie just came up recently and said, hey, we got to really check ourselves now. We got to and figure out the reasons why people voted third party and voted for Trump. You just can't blame this and simply because people don't want a woman, people hate her because she's black. No. People, well, I'm not saying maybe there might be that element. I'm not saying that there might not be that element, but I will tell you if there's that element, it's very, very small. But I will tell you the vast majority of people did not vote for Harris, but voted against the be it for Trump or third parties based upon the specific issues. I mean, Harris, you got to remember when Harris was Attorney General in California and when they were first running in the Democratic debate to see who going to win, who going to run against Trump, Richard Biden came out the winner. Harris, I think, dropped out the race because she was polling so low in her California district that even Elizabeth Warren, who was very hated, had more votes than her in her own California district. And black people did not
Elizabeth,
like what the nonsense she was doing.
But Elizabeth Warren is from Maine.
Even Elizabeth Warren was polling stronger than her in California.
You being for president?
No, when they were first running to see who going to win. Yeah. When they were first running to see who going to win to run against Trump. To see who going in 2016. In 2016.
Okay.
So a lot of people really and truly does not like Kamala Harris because the nonsense.
Yeah, nothing. Listen, none of this has anything to do with Kamala, honestly.
Why not? A lot of people speaking out about the nonsense she was doing when she was aging in California.
Yeah, but she didn't lose because
you know what,
she did nothing wrong.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question then. She keeping people in prison when they already served their time completely, just to keep them in prison so that the state could get more labor out of them. Was not that wrong? And they had to go to a judge to force her to release them from prison because the time was already up. They served all of their time in prison, and that is how they get released from prison. Was not Kamala wrong in trying to keep them beyond the time?
Bill's character.
Oh, Bill's character after they done serve all the time.
Bill's character.
You want them for state labor, so they must continue to slave state labor, and that Bill's character. Come on, Johnson. We know better. Remember, you're Andy Young going over all the world, you know. Not only that, Kamala Harris, people who are on death row, including blacks, people who are on death row, and Tulsi Gabbard and Joe Biden confront her in the 2016 debates about this issue. When they were in prison, death row, Kamala Harris refused to release proof as age of California that was going to vindicate them. And they had to go to the judge. They had to go to the judge to force Kamala office to release these evidence that vindicated people who were on death row. This was evil of Kamala. So there are people who ain't forget these things, and a lot of them did not vote for, and that's why in the 2016 polling, that's why even Elizabeth Warren was polling ahead of her in her own California district. Because black people especially did not like her, because a lot of these things were done to a lot of black people. And we need to be honest. And that is why a lot of people who are for Democrat, yes, a lot of them did not vote for Trump, but they voted for Jill Stein because they couldn't be voting for Kamala Harris, and others just stay home and ain't vote. Kamala is very unpopular. And there are other issues with Kamala too. Other issues with people, for example, during the BLM riot that they used to have, where people, houses and so get burnt down and businesses and so get burnt down. Kamala went and raised money to bail out these people who destroy people's property. People ain't forget these things. So I'm saying, yes, I would say that there might have been an element of people who didn't vote for her maybe because she was woman and she was black. I would say yes, maybe there was no element, but I'm telling you, the overwhelming vast majority of the people who voted either voted third party or for Trump or stayed home is because of issues. And Bernie Sanders said, hey, the Democrat Party just recently saying, hey, the Democrat Party need to come and really honestly deal with these issues. You know? So it's bigger than this race and feminine thing.
Well, race plays a big part in it as well. But I gotta take another.
Race hardly played a part in it.
I gotta take another call. You can call back. Caller, go right ahead. Hey, caller.
Yeah, good day, man. Johnson, good day, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I had a little bit of an incident last week, a couple days ago, and you see all this discussion we're having about politics. You know, there was a chat going on, and I got into the chat, and I voiced my opinions and my views, and I believe that I was viciously attacked. It's a specific individual, and whoever else is hearing my voice, I just want to put it out there straight. If we don't agree, we can disagree to agree. I want to come with this live direct message today. A lot of people, we're in this political arena, and they want their views and opinions to be recognized and respected, but they don't want to respect other people's views and opinions. And we cannot really be like that because that's not showing maturity.
Okay.
You know, just the same as you want me to respect your views, you got to respect mine. If you try to impose your views on me and I don't agree with your views, you may not convince me to come on over to your side. If that's the idea, yeah, well, it's all good, but we got to be able to do it respectfully. But if I support the other side and my views and my opinions is different to yours, it doesn't give you a right to attack me. Let's address the views. You know, I'm relatively still a new caller, calling into the radio station in St. Kitts News, and I got my own views of the Federation and what's going on there. And I just ask everyone to respect my views as well, because I haven't attacked anyone since I've been involved in calling on the radio station and such. I've tried my best to stay away from that, and I try to stay as middle as the road as I can. But to all the people that's hearing my voice, this political stuff is a dirty game. You know, I don't care who's going to try to attack me, but I'm very capable of defending myself. And I'm going to try to do it as respectable as I can. So everybody out there who's hearing my voice today, I'm just bringing a simple message. Just remember, we are all different people. You and your wife at your house may not have, or a lady and her husband at her house may not have the same view on any specific topic. You got to be able to come to that common ground and to maintain that peace and respect each other. And I condone anyone out there who's trying to attack people because of their views and opinions. And I don't want anyone to be attacking me for my views and opinions, because thus far, no one can really point to me and say I've attacked them. And I don't intend to attack anyone. This politics stuff is very divisive, and persons letting it divide them and their families, their friends and themselves, their friendship with other people are breaking apart because of this political stuff. Me, that's not going to happen to me. Anybody that want to drop me as a friend because I got a different view, well, woe be unto them. I manage good. I stand firm.
Okay.
So I just want to attack the views and keep it moving, and that's my basic message today. So you have a good day.
Okay.
I keep listening, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, great, bro. Caller, voices, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to Greg, I don't think anybody was saying that she lost only because of racism and misogyny, right? What we're saying is that that was a factor. And it's very hard for people to come straight out, and you're going to find many people who come straight out and say they're racist or misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's just not going to happen, right? Because people know in the fire analysis that that's akin to bigotry. Nobody wants to identify themselves as a bigot. What they're saying is that in instances where, for instance, the issues in terms of, let's say, inflation or migration or the woke agenda, when it comes to those issues, they would use that. Some people strongly believe in those issues as well, but it is more acceptable to use those as excuses to not vote for the Democrats, right? But underlying that, there is that, yes, but at the same time, we probably need to put these blacks in their place, the Hispanics in their place, people who are not white in their place, kind of thing. It's underlined. It's subconsciously, right? And so I don't think you can discount it either. You can't put a percentage on, because, like I said, you're not going to have people who are going to admit that they're like that. But they do exist, okay? It's very few, and some actually have come out and said straightforward that this is what they're about. But those are the few hardcore, brave ones, right? The majority definitely won't do that, because they still want to appear as decent and understanding and all of that, and so they're not gonna admit, first of all, that why we really do treat these people as second-class citizens. They're not gonna do that, all right? But on the line there is that feeling that of some kind of, shall we say, superiority complex, or at the very least, there's a condescending attitude towards them, towards those minorities in the society.
Well, it's
and
both.
I don't think,
It's both.
Well, yeah. I don't think. If you want to ignore it, you can ignore it all you want, but it is there. No question about it. And I would not put a percentage on it. I wouldn't even say that it's not most Americans, I don't think. The mere fact that nearly half did not vote for Trump, suggests that people are beyond those kinds of things. That are quite a significant proportion of the country is beyond those kinds of things. But there's a significant part of the country that still prefer things how they were in the 1960s and so on. And those are the ones who I think we were referring to when we talk about racist and misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, right. I mean, so the Greg don't get hung up on saying that it's other. If people really believed Trump was that good when he was president, they would have reelected him. They would not have elected Biden. They would have reelected Trump. But they knew the chaos of his administration then. They knew that otherwise he was a really very flawed person, more flawed than everybody got the flaws, but Trump has more than the rest of us. Okay? They knew it, right? And this time around, it was certainly the case that they were prepared to overlook all of that And of course, you know, he got the sympathy vote as well, having survived, what is it, two assassination attempts and all these trials and so on that really went after him. He played the victim card as well, you know. But the fact remains that I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with his presidency this time around. He has a big ego, so I'm sure he'd want to go down in history as a good president, you know. But I don't know if he can overcome all those negatives. And he's too mercurial. You know, he's too erratic, and I don't know that he can change that and put on a good act to say that he'll be successful. But I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, it's going to be pretty clear very soon on how he intends to do it. If he's going to intend to just don't take advice and just do Trump. And if that happens, I think we're in for a rough ride. If he really governs according to his own devices as opposed to listening to the advice of at least some of the mainstream Republicans and some of the more moderate Republicans, you know. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not optimistic about that. I'm glad that he's egotistic in that sense, that he'd want to do well.
I just know there's going to be a lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth from a lot of the people who voted for him, yeah?
Yeah.
And they're going to be bawling, I'm sorry, and this and that.
You really think so? I'm not so sure of that. I believe there's...
Some of them, at least.
The thing is, I still feel that the president has less power. I mean, we like to say that, especially if he has all the branches of government with him, that he has
well, he does.
The ultimate dictator. But that is not the case, I think, in the American system.
No,
I think there are other checks and balances that would prevent too extreme.
But do you know? Did you hear what Bakari Sellers floated last week? Which, when you think about it, is a good idea. It's radical.
What's that?
He said he thinks Biden should appoint. I should ask Sotomayor to step down. Cause you know she's sick. And
do what?
And appoint Kamala to the thing.
So how that would never happen.
Right.
That can't possibly happen in this short space of time.
Well, that's true.
Remember how effective the Republicans were at blocking nomination.
Yeah, but then Biden can use the court's ruling against them. He said, "Well, you guys said anything I do as the president, I'm immune." So, I mean, not that appointing a judge is anything illegal, but it would certainly be unprecedented and novel. but it would be it wouldn't be legal. I mean, illegal.
They wouldn't let something like that might they would not let something like that happen. And maybe it's a good thing too, in the sense that let them make those kinds of mistakes in terms of in the Supreme Court itself, and let them see the results of those things.
Because, I mean, can you imagine this guy might actually get to appoint another? I mean, how could one idiot be so lucky? You know?
Another one again. You know, and you look and you see the thing is, you know,
because it might not necessarily be, it could be Thomas. It's not doesn't necessarily have to be Sotomayor, right? He Bakari mentioned Sotomayor. He did mention
Thomas is ill too.
Well, you remember he had some
issues of integrity.
No. Remember he had to go to Reed. He went to Reed hospital one time. You don't remember? I think it was early up this year.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, you remember?
You're
Yeah.
not mixing him up with
No.
defense.
No, Thomas. Thomas, no.
Thomas, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't remember when he was sick?
The thing is...
You don't remember when he was sick and they were reporting it, but he never said anything, and they were like, well, why don't you say something? And I know something similar happened with...
Sure you're not mixing
No, I'm
mixing
not.
up with the
No,
defense secretary?
no.
Because
I'm not.
remember that happened with the defense
No.
secretary?
He was sick too at one point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the thing is, they're going to use this result as vindicating themselves, that, well, we did the right thing, even with this abortion thing and so on. And honestly, I was surprised when the abortion thing became such a big thing because, for one thing, I don't think it affected as many women as we thought.
But it's
so
like these people, they're so fickle and mercurial. I mean, look at they voted in droves to send the Republicans a message on that in 2022, and then now they come back. I don't understand. And now they come back, and it's not the issue that, because you realize the Democrats actually use it as a big part of the platform, hoping that it was going to work again.
Yeah, exactly. It's so strange, and I suspect it's because really and truly, in the American system, the government is not as powerful as we think it is, and so people are less interested in what government there is, because as one friend of mine after the thing, Trump's victory said, well, it really don't matter. My life ain't going to be affected one way or the other. And I suspect it's the same with a lot of people in America. It's not like down here where government policy, government handouts and pulling strings and so on is really paramount, right? And it really can affect ordinary people's lives. They're like that in the States, right? Government macro policy is important, yes, but it's not going to infringe on the average person's life directly. You see what I mean? It is a case of, because the private sector is so much stronger up there than down here, it's more a case of what they do might affect the bottom line for the private sector, which in turn might affect ordinary people. But it's not a direct influence. And so I think that's why I don't know. Do you know the overall percentage of people who voted?
They said the number was
something?
down from last time, they said.
Right.
So what does that suggest?
Well, what I'm saying is people are kind of feeling that whether I vote or not, the thing I matter. They're really going to affect me. You know?
Okay.
I think that's it. That's it more than anything else. You know? Yes, people would be angry at rising prices and so on, especially in the supermarkets and so on. But in the fair analysis, I don't think even that might affect a hell of a lot of people, because for those who are going to be really affected, there are so many things that government intervenes in and triggers, so that you ain't going to really have nobody starving. Okay, but so if they feel that it's not going to matter to me personally one way or the other, why bother, right? And getting it, but something like, and that is where the race thing comes in again. Something like, boy, my group of people in these United States are going to be in a minority if we let what's happening at the border continue. That is going to make them sit up and take notice. You know, that they see that and don't want it. Okay? If they see, for instance, that my job is going to be affected by these immigrants rushing the border and offering cheap labor you can put pressure on my paycheck. They're gonna sit up and take notice, right? And of course, there's the outrage of, well, my taxpayers' money is gonna be paying to resettle these immigrants. Put them up in hotels. The thing there is put them up in hotels, give them free medical and education and so on. Things like that is gonna incense ordinary people. But generally speaking, if you, I guess the average middle class person up there, you're probably not going to be affected in any significant way. And so I'm not surprised if the turnout is low. It might be high as compared to American politics generally, but I could understand why a lot of people might have stayed home. It had nothing to do with race or thing as well for them.
I was watching MSNBC last night, and Morning Joe Scarborough was making the point that the sky isn't falling. This is the seesaw that words, that the U.S. elections take every cycle, because he said, well, yeah, he figures in the midterm.
Yeah, it's a normal.
They're gonna spank Trump for all the nonsense.
It's not that the economy is so bad, right? Because they were making the point that the Democrats did a lot for working class people as well, right? But other things came into play. This because they've been saying that Democrats losing the base, which used to be unionized working class people, non-college educated people, right? They identify now more with the Republicans than the Democrats. And it's a strange turn where it used to be that the Republicans were for the rich and the elite, and now they're saying the Democrats are the ones who for that.
No, they're just more accomplished wolves in sheep's clothing. No, that's all.
Well, and that's why it's going to be interesting to see how, in fact, they actually govern. They realize, for instance, that Trump's closest people right now are Wall Street billionaires. So, how that is going to translate to for the working class people, I don't know. I just don't see it. They're probably going to go back to this rising tide lifts all boats. If the billionaires doing better, then they're going to throw out more crumbs, and so the working class is going to do better too. Going back to that trickle-down economics thing. And, well, we'll see how that works. But
it's the biggest scam, one of the biggest scams ever.
He's going to really go for trying to end those wars.
Yeah.
So if he does that, he's going to look like this great peacemaker.
Yeah, just to Americans, though.
Just to Americans? Why do you think so?
Well, I mean, maybe to Russians as well, but because it would amount, it would be tantamount to helping Russia. So
most people, wherever they live, when they see the kind of scenes that they're seeing in like Gaza, and
you're talking about? I was more thinking about the Ukraine war. Okay.
Yeah, but that too, right? When they're seeing that, they feel that they don't understand, for instance, why the U.S. couldn't put more pressure on Israel to stop it.
But
it's continuing even now after the election. It's continuing, and they don't understand that. So if Trump could go in there and stop it, he would look like a real. He might even get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, but it won't, because Trump and his followers do this magical thinking that I just don't understand. He thinks that just because he says it can happen. That's not how it works.
He looks at, he fancies himself as a deal maker. That's the thing. right? It isn't that he can just
and everything isn't this transactional commodity that
for him
I don't
it is. For him
everything.
it is. He feels that he can make all kind of deals, and it's just a matter of getting the right negotiating positions and putting pressure where it needs to be put. And if he'll get it, if he honestly feels, because that's been the story of his life, pretty much, making deals, good or bad, at least
I believe
he makes them.
there's an angle to the whole Trump, to the rise of Trump, that doesn't get much play. The way he's been using the presidency to enrich himself.
Yeah, and they're saying that it's going to be even more pressure now because he owes $500 million in settlements or something like that. And
this is.
There is that. I don't know if the system would allow that. I don't know, for instance,
Well,
if the system
it seems as though the only.
Himself. That's another thing.
It seems that the
Remember,
only.
he's a convicted felon.
It seems that the only criteria.
On his thing.
Mhm.
So you don't think he might pardon himself?
Oh boy. We really.
As president, I guess you could pardon anybody.
We're
right?
We're really heading into absurdity land now, right?
Yeah, but as long as he could do it legally, I think he would do it because he ain't want that on his
crazy.
His legacy.
It's
so
crazy.
Just like how he'll pardon the January 6 people, I think he'll extend it to himself. It would not surprise me if he don't extend it to himself.
I just know the next 4 years will not be pretty in a lot of ways.
Well, I'm still hoping for a surprise. The thing with Trump, though, is that it's hard for him to have the power to do something and don't do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He like this strongman idea. So because he could do it, he's gonna do it, and that I think might be his pitfall, But yeah, the next 5 years, next 100 days, I think.
I'm gonna have to change up my WhatsApp status. You know what I had changed it to the last time you won?
What's that?
Grave New World.
Grave
New World. Yes.
Yeah, that's a nice plan word.
So I might have to do it again.
We'll see, but I mean, the next 100 days is going to be interesting. For us in the Caribbean, I think you can just be dismissive of us anyway. I don't think we're going to. Just listen, you guys down there just do what the State Department says, and that's it. Okay? Don't let me have to come after you. Poor Cuba and Venezuela, they're gonna be collateral damage. I'd be surprised if both regimes stay in power. Right? I don't think.
You think he's gonna try to dislodge them somehow?
Yeah, because they are easy targets. Cuba has a hell of a lot of problems, and Venezuela is a really divided country with a big outside. It's like the Cubans in Miami, big influential group out there that really is anti the government in Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
So it would not surprise me if they don't leave office as well. Right? You can pick off the easy targets for us,
Is it? I'm kind of worried about the Ukraine thing, though. But we're gonna have to continue this tomorrow. I gave back the extra minutes. We started a little late today because I was kind of hoping Socrates would show up. But okay, so we're gonna continue this tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Not tomorrow. Well, yeah. I guess we could continue tomorrow, sort of. But on Island T, I guess. But Voices returns on Wednesday. This is Jamsa saying on behalf of Socrates, signing off.
Fat Days are just around the corner this December. But why wait? Come now to Hosford's. Get pre-approved credit today for the biggest Fat Days on December 13th and 21st. That's right. Visit Hosford's Building and Neva Centers, Furniture and Appliances, Ashley Furniture Home Store, and even Hosford's Auto Sales to get pre-approved credit for all your VAT Day dreams. Want a brand new living room set? Need a brand new stove? Or maybe you're eyeing a shiny new car. Get in now to lock in pre-approved on our lowest interest rates ever on brand new vehicles. Just make your way to any Hosford's location, create your VAT Day wish list, and we'll handle the credit check. Then come back in December and get everything you picked out with your pre-approved credit. Hosford's is here to make VAT Days easy and exciting. Pre-approved credit now for VAT Days in December. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Hosford's today for all the details.
Found the sound. 98.9.
On Sunday, November 17th, join us for the 3rd Annual Sugar Mass Awards. The pre-show starts at 6:30 p.m., building anticipation for a night of celebration. At 7 p.m., the main event begins live on the SKN Carnival Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as on ZIZ Television. Tune in for an evening of recognition and honor as we celebrate those who have contributed meritoriously to SKN National Carnival. On Sunday, November 17th, don't miss the chance to be a part of this prestigious event as we acknowledge the heartbeat of Sugar Mass.
I ain't got no hurricane safety tips now. Well, Skellek got, and together we can weather the storm. So, check this. Prepare for power outages. Charge devices before a storm strikes. Develop a plan in the event that electricity goes. Learn where and how to shut off your home's electricity. Ensure that there are no trees in the lines near you. If you are experiencing low voltage, turn off the main switch in your home. Do not touch wet appliances. You feel only Nima can give safety tips? Well, Skellek can too. So be sure to stay tuned to Skellek's Facebook page and website for updates about the outages and restoration. For emergencies, our contact numbers are 465-2013, 661-2013, and 600. I repeat, 465-2013, 661-2013, and 600. Remember, with Skellek's hurricane safety tips, together we can weather the storm.
Meet me on the road. Dig-a-ding-ding. I've been in the streets before. Every time I get that grade, I just want more and more, like a kid in a candy store. The vibes for me is everything. So much fun, so exciting. As I touch down, I hear the rhythm. These songs
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Kaiso! Well, this one is a tribute to our fallen Calypso legends. King Ayatollah and Nick Stokes. Coming from war!
Now they my head sing a thing. From a hero to a guy so my show. The man couldn't make the final show. Honorable Curtis, mighty battles for war. They had to move when the man come take over. 3 long years in the wilderness, asking the fans for forgiveness. This year I plan to rise up the youngsters and show the whole nation he was the best. 3 long years, sugar bowl. 3 long years, rocky soul. Ayatollah wasn't old and cold. Oh no no. 3 long years, Johnny Rascal. 3 long years, he wasn't suicidal. He just came to blow up the carnival.
Hold on there. Give me some sax. Hey, Sensia, this one for you. From Timon and the whole upset squad crew. Yes, Uncle Mickey, singing this one with me a war.
Anyhow, something gonna come up. But folks, thank you very much for being here.
Tell them.
I appreciate it.
I can't believe my ears, the kinds of things I hear. He said this, she said that, you said something. It don't have to be true, but when they're done with you, you could vex till you blue. Go to a lawyer and still get the pressure, and still hear his fever. He burning like wildfire. Them troublemakers, they're worse than a traitor. They don't have to buy no newspaper. What they say, you say. What happened today? Tell me if it's true. What Sugar Boy say about you?
Sticks and stones will break my bones, and words can never hurt me. Oh, can never hurt me, no.
So stop the chatting. You could jump up like a Viking. You could kick up like a donkey. We don't got no courthouse money. Come let me and you show them what to do.
All kind of things.
No bad attitude. Time to get down root.
All kind of things.
Musical legend, and I'm honored to pay respect to the bad boy king, the king of soca. McNoy, you done? Let me give some love to the Ayatollah. Rup. From 1979 I sing it. I'm a legend in the rain. All of a sudden the memory lapse and they forget. All them robbery and knock out I get. So tell the king for more, singing Jackie and Thunder. Put up the white flag and surrender. Socrates and Rugby, Lord anything, and Richie Mountain. I bet you will never forget the king. I'm a Kaiso terrorist. I'm a murder them with lyrics. Anything that fly high, I'm gonna shoot out the sky. I'm a Kaiso terrorist. A competition was this. Carnival City, I drop bombs already. You still have the memories of sin to win. Rock me again and the bad boy king. No retreat, no surrender. I pray that the commando are fit and ready back and in Carnival City. I'm a Kaiso terrorist. I'm a more than them with lyrics. I'm the Kaiso terrorist. I know the real target. I'm the Kaiso terrorist. I'm gonna bury the king 6 feet. I'm the Kaiso terrorist. I'm gonna make sure he ain't GP. Mad respect to the bad boy king, Ayatollah. R.I.P. man. Alright. Timon,
You big up Mick earlier? Well, let me get a chance now. There we go. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. Your music always blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Boy. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. Your music always blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Yeah, I say, hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. Your music always blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Boy. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. Your music always blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Yeah, I say, hey, Mickey. All right. Hey, Chriselle, Sensio. Oh, boy, we sending some love to the old man. The old boy. Upset squad. Bring some hands. Let me give some respect to Mr. Mickey Stone. Uncle Mickey. What you say? I'm only the woman and he can't go with them. Yeah, more. Bring the old bow. Standing on the corner every day, teasing all them ladies pass your way, like a soup of life. It's I and more sweet eye. Cause you think you're a macho man, champion of woman, one shot man. You're a one shot man. Ashamed to hear them call you name, saying that you're so lame. One shot man, you're a one shot man. Children teasing, one shot hiding. All I hear is looking there, don't let him get away. Walking down the avenue, people only watching you. One shot man, you're a one shot man. Boy, on behalf of the Upset Squad, we would just like to say thank you to Uncle Mickey Stokes and the Ayatollah for your sterling contribution to Carnival over the years. We said thank you for the music, thank you for the memories. We will never forget you.
Jump in the band and I get all mad in the rhythm section. Steel pan bass man come as one in the rhythm section. Bandsman say we a set it off in the rhythm section. See the girls them come and wind them waist in the rhythm section. Grab your steel and jam, grab your pan and jam, grab your cup and jam. Ram ba bam bam, ram ba bam ba dam bam ba dam bam jam. Grab your cup and jam, grab your steel and jam. Grab your pan and ram ba dam bam ba dam bam. Carnival nights under the stars, laughter and love, hearts filled with scars. Masquerade masks, hidden faces, lost in the rhythm in the sacred places. Steel band fill the air, soca beat everywhere. Don't just come and stare. Bring a bottle of our pan in here. Right now we're in the rhythm section, and we a dance like we win election. Juke them on in modern form. A celebration we come home. All we need is love for the carnival, for the bacchanal. All we need is love for the carnival, for the bacchanal. Everybody now jump in the band and I get all mad in the rhythm section. Steel pan bass man come as one in the rhythm section. Bandsman say we a set it off in the rhythm section. See the girls them come and wind them waist in the rhythm section. Grab your steel and jam, grab your pan and jam, grab your cup and jam. Ram ba bam bam, ram ba bam ba dam bam jam. Grab your cup and jam, grab your steel and jam. Grab your pan and ram ba dam bam bam. Colors bright, music play, dancing feet, joyous days. Carnival time, festive scene, having fun just me and my team. Tuesday morning jamming to the DJ, no people jamming the replay. We tripping down the highway, what the gal them go all day. Fetting down to Sunday, we sleeping on the roadway. We jump from Monday to Monday. Me I got the band till Friday. And if they think they could tell me stop, they lie because they can't do that. Tell them that I can check them back, because this year we can be on top. All we need is love for the carnival, for the bacchanal. All we need is love for the carnival, for the bacchanal. Everybody now jump in the band and I get on mad in the rhythm section. Steel pan bass man come as one in the rhythm section. Bandsman said we a set it off in the rhythm section. See the girls them come and wind them waist in the rhythm section. Grab your steel and jam, grab your pan and jam, grab your cup and jam. Ram ba bam bam, ram ba bam ba dam bam ba dam bam jam. Grab your cup and jam, grab your steel and jam, grab your pan and ram ba dam ba dam bam ba dam bam. Carnival time, carnival time. Bring your steel and jam, bring your pan and jam. Ram ba bam bam, ram ba bam ba dam bam ba dam bam 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 ba dam bam ba dam bam. They can't tell me stop. Them can't tell me stop. No, they can't tell me stop. Yo, bounce, them can't tell me stop. Carnival time and they can come to wine and bring your steel and jam. Mommy said, carnival time, yeah, 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 yeah.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9 Win FM.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime.
No one can predict disaster. I am Jamelia Henry with some tips for minimizing risk when disaster strikes. Always keep a first aid kit and manual on hand. Keep prescription medicines and special medical supplies for up to 1 week at home. Baby food and prepared formula, diapers, and other baby provisions should be in good supply and kept in a dry, clean space. The first defense against disaster for your family is preparedness. Contact NEMO at 466-5100 for information or visit nemo.kn. From danger to safety, NEMO's your candle in the dark.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Blue Machine, when you there, you link up again?
But yeah, she give me the must come back wine. She sting me with the sweet stinger nickel.
She sting you with what?
The sweet stinger nickel. I had to surrender.
Watch a man.
Getting married, relationship looking solid. Now she get jealous and fresh. She want back the man she had. Cause she don't tell she friend. Anyhow she catch me again. Anywhere, anytime. She giving me the must come back wine. She giving me the must come back wine. Ladies, step out the line. Show me the must come back wine. Show me the must come back wine. Oh, you?
my phone. And when I say I'm gonna block you, she say you know you want me to. Cause she don't tell she friend. Anyhow she catch me again. Anyway, anytime. She giving me the must come back wine. The must come back wine. Lady, step out of line. Show me the must come back wine. Show me the must come back wine. Watch out for the sweet sting and nectar. Sometime relationship down. And they say, one last time, let's have some fun. But when you take the last grind, that's when they mash up your mind. Cause she don't tell she friend. Anyhow she get you again. Anyway, anytime. She giving you the must come back wine. The must come back wine. Ladies, step out of line. Show me the must come back wine. Show me the must come back wine. Are you? Lord, that wine you're coming like World Cup Olympics. Blue Machine, tell the girl them what you want for Christmas.
Janelle, I want you to give me that sweet sting on necker.
Watch your man.
I just good. She body. Hey, girl outside in a sundress, lace front, high heels, eyelash done. So put your face down, rear up. All of the girl them clacking right now. And work. Send back, send back, send back. All of the girl them send back, send back. Work. Bend down, push back. All of the girl them bend down, push back. Work. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tip on your toe and tick tock, tick tock. Work. Face down, rear up, face down. You now watch the face, cause your face down, rear up. Dancing time, cheese and bread. Welcome to the Bashman segment. Gal bubble up and make your back bend. Sit up on the bike, no accident. Oh Lord, body in control like Alice in the Heights. Gal make it roll. Speedy never see her walk like this before. So all of the gal them clacking right now and work. Send back, send back, send back. All of the gal them send back, send back. Work. Bend down, push back. All of the gal them bend down, push back. Work. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tip on your toe and tick tock, tick tock. Work. Face down, rear up, face down. You now watch the face, cause your face down, rear up. Link your friends, tell them come for the bend. This one for the gal them from A down to Z. They call this one the Bashman segment. Where all of the gal them get 10 out of 10. Oh Lord, body in control like Alice in Heights. Gal make it roll. Speedy never see her walk like this before. So all of the gal them clacking right now and work. Send back, send back, send back. All of the gal them send back, send back. Work. Bend down, push back. All of the gal them bend down, push back. Work. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tip on your toe and tick tock, tick tock. Work. Face down, rear up, face down. You now watch the face, cause your face down, rear up. Work. Send back, send back, send back. All of the gal them send back, send back. Work. Bend down, push back. All of the gal them bend down, push back. Work. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tip on your toe and tick tock, tick tock. Work. Face down, rear up, face down. You now watch the face, cause your face down, rear up. Catch it now, catch it now. Gal your bad, hey. Face down, rear up. Gal your bad, hey. Gal your bad, hey.
your son get buried before he's 17. You all fail my baby society. You mean the same little boy who used to take your money, bullying children since in primary. Same little boy who can't do a thing wrong, or you dread them up for your one son. The same little boy was wearing sissy tree, but you laughing is a baby better.